Topic for the today is set operations in LINQ. Okay. Uh, there are some set operations like union, intersect, and accept. Okay. In the LINQ. So set operations allow you to perform operations similar to set theory. Okay. Like in math, you have learned about union, intersection, difference on collections. Okay.
Yep.
It means you are comparing and combining the data from multiple sources. So your union operator combines two collection and remove the duplicates. Okay. Your intersect operator returns common elements between two collections. And your accept operator returns elements in one collection but not in another. Okay,
Okay.
so let's start working with a program. Okay, now I'm going to write and you will be explaining every line. Okay,
Okay.
you can start explaining.
In line 13, we are creating a new list that takes integer values, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in line 14, we're creating another list number 2 with taking integer values 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In line 16, we taking the union of uh, list number 1 and list number 2. And in line 17, we are printing the result of the union of list number 1 and list number 2.
Okay, so what do you think what should be the union is for these two, number one and number two?
So the result should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes. Okay, explain it. Yes, you can see the result here. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So in line 19, we're intersecting the list of number 1 and list number 2, and line 20 printing the result of the intersect.
Okay, and what should be the output?
Should be 3, 4 and 5.
Here's the output. Okay,
Okay.
any doubts below?
No, that.
Okay,
In line 22, giving the uh, exception for uh, number for list one, number one and list number two. In the and line 23, we're printing the accept result.
and what should be the output?
The output should be 1, 2, and 6, 7. Was this one?
Okay, so what it is doing is, uh, like you have used number one. Okay, so the
Yeah.
output will be only from number one. Okay, and it will
Okay.
remove the duplicates one. So only one and two.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, any doubt?
No, no.
Okay, so now we are going to work with link to SQL. Okay,
Okay.
I am going to create, I've told you that we can also create a local database in your .NET framework. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
going to create that local database and show you how link to SQL works. Okay, then you are
Okay.
going to share your screen and then we will talk about how you can link your MS SQL with .NET framework. Okay, and then we'll work on that for our next topics. Okay, you are going to work on that.
Okay.
So let's create a new project. You can create a Windows Form app. Okay,
Okay.
you can also work in console lab also or this WPF application also. Okay, you just need a one form. You can directly use anything. Okay, so should I work in this or I can also work in this and this? Your Windows form app will directly give you a by default form. Okay, that's why we are working with it. So what do you want?
We could use Windows Form.
Okay, okay, before creating, let me first tell you what is link to SQL. Okay, so
Okay.
link to SQL. Okay, so it is a query language used in C sharp programming language. Okay, it is used for working with
Okay.
relational database management system, for example, as your SQL server. Uh, but when we talk about link to entities, then we can use different relational database management system like your SQL Server, Oracle, and so on. Okay, you can perform CRUD operations in your by using LINQ to SQL. What are CRUD operation? C for create, it means to insert also. R for read, it means to select. U for update, it means to update anything, and D for delete. Okay, you can
Okay.
perform all these tasks with your database. And we also have a ADO.NET. Okay, we can also use that instead of link to SQL. But there is a difference between those two. Okay, so if we use ADO.NET with SQL Server, okay, so then queries are checked during runtime. It means exceptions will occur. Okay, they will not be checked during compile time. But when you are using link to SQL, okay, then they are going to be checked in compile time. So there will be no exceptions.
Okay.
Similarly, ADO.NET with SQL Server does not support any IntelliSense. IntelliSense is when you are writing a code and your forward code is shown to you, right? So there is no
Yeah.
IntelliSense. But while you are working with link to SQL Server, there is the IntelliSense support.
Okay.
Your ADO.NET with SQL Server is not a type state, which means that you need to know all the columns and it data types. Okay, it is not type state.
Okay.
But your link with SQL Server is type state.
Okay.
The debugging of SQL statements while using AD.NET with SQL Server is very complex. Okay, but it
Okay.
is easy while you are using Link with SQL Server.
Okay.
While you are using AD.NET, your SQL queries is a combination of object oriented and relational queries. So it will be a very complex queries. Okay. But while you are using Link, it will be 100% object-oriented code.
Okay.
Okay, so wait a minute. Before going to these, okay, let me just say something. See, when you are going to use Link to SQL, your database has some things that are going to be changed while you are using those for code. For example, you have table in your database, right? Table name. It
Yes.
will be changed to your class name. Okay. Then you
Okay.
have column name in your table. It will be changed to your properties. Okay.
Okay.
You know property like your variable, class variable and all. Okay. Then you have rows in your table. Rows means data. So here your data will be your object or any instance you are going to be creating.
Okay.
Okay. And you have stored procedures, right, in your database.
Yeah.
And here they will be your methods.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the
Okay.
change when you are using your SQL Server and when you are going to use Link. Okay. So these things will be changing.
Okay.
So if we want to work with Link to SQL, first we have to convert or map all these relational objects of database into object-oriented types. It means to work with them, first we have to change all these things into these things. Okay, to do that, this process of changing is called ORM, means object relational mapping. Okay, so ORM is very
Okay.
important while you are going to use Link. And to perform
Okay.
this ORM, we have to use a tool called OR Designer. Okay.
Okay.
So we have three steps, a total of three steps, how we can create or implement link to SQL. Okay. So let me tell
Okay.
you one by one what are those. You can just close this one. Let's say we give the name as link to SQL. Okay. We are creating your
Okay.
Windows form app. Okay.
Okay.
So here you can see you have a one form. Okay. This is the form.
Okay.
It will show you everything that your web page or any application page is going to be. Okay. An Outlook window type thing. So you can just use a toolbox. I've told you what is a toolbox, right? Predefined. You can just drag drop from there, like labels, text box, buttons. Okay. You can just use those
Okay.
to create your UI here. Okay, a simple form UI, and you can work with that.
Okay.
Now we have three steps to implement link to SQL. The first step is we have to perform ORM by adding an OR designer. Then second, we have to add a reference system.data.link. And third, we have to write the connection string into the config file. So you can see here you have a
Okay.
config file. Okay, right now it does not have any of your connection string, right? And you
Okay.
just have a form and a program. This program, what it is saying, it is just saying to run your form one by when we are going to start. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's do step by step. Okay. So to create your local database, right click on the project, add a new item, and here you can go to data. Okay. Here you can see service based database, right?
Okay.
You can give any name to this service based database. And let's say we are going to give it student db1. Okay. And the extension of this is mdf. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see you have now your student db1.mdl. Okay. This is your database. Now we can just go to view, then our server explorer. Now you can see you have that database here also. Okay. This is your
Okay.
MS SQL Server database, and this is your database, a local database that you have just created. Just click on it and refresh it. So it is now connected. Okay.
Okay.
Again, double click on it. You can see any table, view, stored procedure, function. You can just create everything from here. Okay. Right now, it has no tables. It is an empty database. Okay. So we are
Okay.
going to add a new table. See, this is your SQL queries. You can create table using queries, and this is based on TSQL. Okay. There is not a big difference in your SQL and TSQL syntax. Okay. While we are writing it, you can see. Also, if you don't know how to work with your TSQL, this design surfaces loading, then you can directly implement everything in your UI design. Okay. And the code will be auto-generated.
Okay.
It is taking a little time. Uh, while it is taking time. Okay, so did you go through the JavaScript and jQuery study material that I've shared with you?
I have to go through. I haven't had time to go through with it. I'll
Okay,
go through it today.
okay, till then you can see the syntax. So it is simple. Create table, then your table name. I've told you we use a DBO to specify database owner, right? In TSQL,
Yeah.
everything that you are going to give as a variable name or anything like that, you have to enclose them in square brackets. Okay. Right now we are
Okay.
creating a table with a name table. Okay, we can change our name by this. You can see you have now your table here. Okay, you can directly also implement
Okay.
to this UI. So I'm going to share everything with you, how you can do that. First thing,
Okay.
okay, while we are working with MS SQL, I want to tell you about identity. Okay, and I forgot that. Let me tell you. Uh, See, this is the ID, your primary key, right? And you want it
Yeah.
to be auto-generated. Like you don't want that user can enter this ID. This should be auto-generated every time user enter any of their data here. Okay, then you can just
Okay.
directly
Okay.
make it as auto-generated by using identity keyword. Okay, now
Okay.
it is your auto implemented. Okay, when we are going to insert the data in
Okay.
this table, you can see what I'm talking about. Now,
Okay.
this is our first column ID with integer type. Okay, then let's say we have a second column as name. Okay, of type. You can see the code is auto generating everything. Okay, let's say it is of type varchar 50. Now it is changed, right? And it should be not null.
Yeah.
So here not null. Then let's say you have next is
Okay.
gender. Okay. Then it is of
Okay.
also varchar 50 and it should also be not null. Then you have age. Let's say it is of int, also not null.
Okay.
Then you have standard. It is also of int and not null. Okay. So Now this is created. This is our table. Okay, this is a structure of table that we have created using the UI or design interface. You can also write
Okay.
the code directly here, and this will also implement it. Let's say there is one more column. Let's say first name of type bracket 50 and not null. Okay, then you can see that column is added here. Okay, now that column will be
Okay.
removed. Now your structure is created, but it is not fixed right now. So to do that, you have to update your table here. Now you have user action, create this table. Okay, and none, none, everything highlights if there is any. Okay, you can just update the database.
Okay.
Here you can see it is updating right now.
But, yeah, how do you
Using this
update it again?
update.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now let's refresh it.
Okay.
Now you can see your tables has a table now. Okay, let's create show table data. So right now it has nothing in it. Okay, there is no data in the table. You can just
Okay.
add the data directly through here. Okay, I have set my ID as identity. So I am not able to
Okay.
input ID by default. Okay, so let's say
Okay.
we directly do this like here. Let's say, see, it is auto-generated one. Okay. You can also set your identity like if you want to start from 1000 and you want to increment one at every data. Okay, these all can be helpful. Let's add more thing like this. Okay, so now your table has three datas. Okay, three records, but it is not saved yet. To save these data, you have to press this. Now your data is saved. Okay, you can just
Okay.
see through here like show table data, and you have these data. Now it is saved. So this is how you can create your local database. Okay.
Okay.
Now you have to add our OR designer. We have to add our link to SQL classes file. Okay. So let me show you how we can do that. Let's go here, add, add a new item, and again in your data there is link to SQL classes. Okay. Let's say its name is
Okay.
student DB. and you can see the extension is DBML. Okay, it means database management language. So
Okay.
let's add this. Okay, so this is your OR designer. Okay, here you can add your data
Okay.
classes, means your tables, and here you can add your methods like your stored procedure, triggers, everything. Okay, and it
Okay.
has also added system.data.link by default. Now see, this is our student DB1 DBML over designer. Let's go to this file, student DB1 designer. See, this is an auto-generated code. Okay, this code was generated by a tool. Now, if you go down here, you have you can see there is only four methods right now. Okay, and it is mapping all the context here. Now, I am going to link my local database with this OR designer. Okay, let's go here. And you can also see in our app config, we don't have any connection string right now. Okay, so let's go here again on view server explorer. And this is our table. Let's just drag and drop that here. Now you can see it has our table with the same column name, with the same structure we have provided, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
now you can see, let's go again to this designer file. Okay, previously it has four methods, one, two, three, four. Now it has added more methods. What are these? First, student DB1 data context. It means it is creating a data context for your local database. Okay. Then there is this method,
Okay.
public system.data.link tables. Okay. So I've told you what is this.
Okay.
This is your generics. Okay. When you want to create anything with the same data type. So here the data type is your table database. Okay. When you are going to use this, okay, then it will return all the data from your table, right? This is get table from the table. Also, it has more things here. You can see table attributes. Name is your DBO table. Okay. Now it has provided all the things here like your ID, name, gender, age, standard, all of the column name you have. Then it has also provided some extensibility methods like onloaded, onvalidate, oncreated. Okay.
Okay.
And for your ID, it should get this, set this. For your name, it should get this, set this. Okay. All the things are here for your table. Also, your some other
Okay.
for events, you have two events, property changing, property change. Then you have this event definitions. Okay. Now we can go to our
Okay.
app config and you can see it has added a connection string here with a name of your database,
Okay.
then your connection string, and then the provider name. Okay, it
Okay.
means your database is now connected.
Okay.
Now we have this form. Okay, uh, how can we work with this form? First, we can go to view toolbox. Let's say this one. Okay. Okay. See, let's
Okay.
say you want first thing a label here. Now you can see the properties here. Okay. Here you can see
Okay.
it has a property name. So you can change the name here. Let's say it is a student record, for example.
Okay.
So you have clicked. Oh, okay. So this name is your code name. Okay. Here you can directly click this, and here you can see this is the code of that form. Okay. So this is your code name that we have see there. This name. Okay. Like for the text box, we have used
Okay.
txt, then text box. Okay. Its name. Then btn, its button, like that. Okay.
Okay.
You can go to the view code directly by clicking F7, or you can just go by double clicking on this. Okay, you can see the different properties here, like you can set the size, its location, everything. Okay, also you can use the validation here, any modifiers, like it is private by default, then any data bindings, anything like that. Then its behavior, like you can allow drop, ellipse, any animation, anything like that. Then its alignment and its accessibility. You can
Okay.
also add anything like a button here. Okay, now you can see your button. Okay, for that you can set the size, location, same thing. Its name is button one. You can change it here like register. Then you have other things like generate member. Modifier is also private right now. Logged, whether this is logged or not, you can just you give it by false. Okay, right now you have all other things same as
Okay.
the previous one. Okay, and if you start the program, the first thing that is going to be run is going to be this form. Okay, why? Because you have set in your program file that on run the form should be run. Okay, not your console window or anything like that. So you can see your this one is run. There is a button right now and there is a label. So this is how you can use your OR designer, implement your ORM, and you can use anything by this. You have your data in your app config,
Okay.
in this one. So if you want to use this data, you can just directly create an object of your this table. Okay. Or you can create an object of this DB context. Okay, data context file. So that you can use your database data,
Okay.
anything and however you like it. Okay, that's why it has all the structure definition in it for you.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
now I'm closing my window and you are going to share your window and we are start working on your window right now. Okay.